Today, I'll show you how I created this VFX shot using a simple method that even a beginner can follow. First, I'll start with After Effects to track the footage. I import the footage into After Effects and use the built-in 3D camera tracker to track the shot. Once the tracking process is complete, I create a camera and a solid layer. Then I adjust the solid's scale, rotation, and position to place it exactly where I want the floating ghost to appear. This will be used as a reference when we set up the scene in the 3D software later. After that, I export the After Effects camera data to Blender using a free script. Then I import the camera data into Blender and set up the scene according to my footage. So let's follow the steps. For the floating ghost, we first need an animated character. For this, I'm using Mixamo, which is a free website for character animations. I search for a floating animation, choose my favorite one, and download it. Then I import the 3D character with the animation into Blender. My video is 10 seconds long, but the animation is shorter, so I need to extend it. I simply copy the whole animation and paste it at the end. The best part about Mixamo animations is that many of them are loopable, so there's no noticeable break in the character's movement. After extending the animation to match the full length of the video, I export the full animation as an Alembic file.
Now, for the cloth animation, I'm using Marvelous Designer. If you don't have Marvelous Designer, you can also use Blender's cloth simulation for this. But personally, I prefer Marvelous Designer for this kind of cloth work. First, I import the Alembic animation into Marvelous Designer. Then, I create a simple square-shaped piece of cloth and position it over the character. After adjusting the position, I start the simulation and let Marvelous Designer do its magic. But we need the full animation, so the cloth needs to follow the character throughout the entire movement. For that, I go to the animation workspace in Marvelous Designer and start the recording function. Then I play the character animation, and Marvelous Designer simulates the cloth along with the character's movement. Once the full animation has been simulated, it's time to export the cloth animation. I export the cloth animation as an Alembic file, and that finishes the Marvelous Designer part. Now, back in Blender, we already have our camera set up, so I simply import the cloth Alembic animation and scale and position it according to my tracking setup, exactly where I want the floating ghost to appear. After that, I create a ground plane and set it up as a shadow catcher, so the ghost can interact naturally with the ground. For the lighting, I use a nighttime HDRI map as a fill light.
Then I add a point light from above and adjust it to match the lighting in the original footage. For the material, I keep things very simple. I use a basic principled BSDF shader and add a noise texture to give the fabric a slightly dirty and imperfect look. After setting up everything, I render only the cloth ghost with a transparent background.
Now, it's time for the final compositing. I import the rendered files into After Effects and place them over the original footage. I already matched the 3D lighting to the original footage, so the render blends into the shot naturally. For the color correction, I don't do anything too complicated. I simply add a basic adjustment layer and some grain or noise to make the 3D render feel more natural and realistic. Since the original footage was shot at night, adding a little grain also helps the CGI blend better with the real footage. And after doing all of that, here is the final shot.
Guys, do you see this? I've never seen something like this before.
If you enjoyed this tutorial, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more VFX, Blender, and 3D tutorials. Thanks for watching.